Man, in a season of crazy stuff happening, that was crazy. I'm proud of our group. We had it won a couple times. We handed it back a couple times. We found a way to win it. I'm proud of our group because you looked like you're going to escape a couple times and you couldn't. They're very good. And we saw one of the best players in the league in McDaniels. He's fabulous. But I'm really proud that we were able to get a win. We needed a league win, and I'm proud that we were able to get a league win.
Status of Demetrius?
Yeah, with D, it's real simple. Just academic habits. He had such a great fall semester and summer, and he's just behind and just improved academic habits. Put on my my high school coach and teacher hat, which I never am too far of, and it's how I've handled many guys when I was a high school coach and teacher, and certainly here. A lot of times it's been in the off season, so you guys haven't known about it, but you get to come back to basketball when those habits get more consistent. So we'll give him some time to get caught up, and if he's caught up, the end of the week we'll get him back to practice and go from there. Nothing, just got to get back to those good habits that I saw in the fall.
It could be that quick, within a week?
Yeah, it could be.
When did it come to you, or who brought it to you, or any of that?
No, I just think he just didn't get off to as good a start as he did in the fall semester, and so you got to do what you got to do to help a guy grow up.
Mike, they've only been in school for a few weeks. Is it class attendance? Is that?
I'll keep it at poor academic habits.
Okay.
Let's keep it at that.
How do you explain 9-1 in overtime?
Well, Tim, I was going to the well hard, especially when we went to the second overtime. Like, we got them right where we want them. We've been good there, even though it was disappointing we couldn't close it in the regulation or the first overtime. But nothing's been very easy this year, so you almost expect to have some rugged stuff. And we, again, I'm proud of our group to get out of there with it. I thought Zach and Steve played fabulously for us. They were really good. Sherm may have a broken finger, so I don't know what's going on there. He's pretty banged up. But VJ, I said, hey, maybe it's a great win for us. We needed it. Proud of our group.
Has Astoria always wanted to take a crucial shot?
Yeah, he has. He's wanted to take big shots. Yep, he's a pretty fearless guy. And, he's made some big ones this season for us. Certainly the Duke game, he made some big ones. He's really getting good. He's starting to look like an upperclassman. And just in the nick of time. The one thing that I think he's doing more of is he's driving it and probing. He's not playing safe. He's getting to the basket. He's getting fouled. He's making plays. We know he can shoot the basketball, but I like him going off the dribble. And what it does is it gives us another ball handler, which we've been missing at times. Steve's good with the ball. It gets Eric down off of screens. Zach was really good. Zach was flying all over the place, and Eric Atkins was rock solid again. They're hard to play against, man. They've got length. The 1-3-1 bothered us, especially with McDaniels up top. There wasn't a lot of room to. We got Pat to the foul line, and he was able to drive it a couple times. But eventually, against that, you got to make a big shot. And we were able to get that shot in transition before they got set up. We did a good job of getting it down the floor, throwing ahead, and getting one off before they got into the rhythm of their 1-3-1.
Mike, with Demetrius being the latest in a line of things you guys have obviously gone through, how have you guys stayed together through all this?
I think tonight's a great example. They've you could say they've had a number of distractions this season. I don't think that's ever affected them when we've lost personnel by injury, by whatever. They've come back and played, and other guys have known they're going to get more of an opportunity. And, one thing about guys, they're teammates, they love each other, but they don't mind when a guy's out of there and they play more minutes. Human nature is human nature everywhere, and so guys say, hey, I'm in there more tonight. I don't think they've ever really been that distracted by stuff. And they're almost prepared for it on a daily basis. And I give a lot of credit to Atkins, Connaughton, Sherman, and Knight. They're old and they've seen a lot in their young. They keep us pretty steady.
If for nothing other than the team's mindset tonight, how important was it to come away with a win?
Huge. No, it was huge, especially. I thought we played really well. I mean, we're up most of the game. We're up a couple possessions, and here it comes. They're coming back at us. Had a turnover or two at a key time. We were much better with the ball, obviously, but we had some key turnovers that could have cost us the game, but we rebounded from it, and we needed to win this game. I mean, we really needed to win this game. I mean, we'd have been really struggling if we didn't win this game.
Like you talked about key turnovers at the end, do you think there's maybe a little bit of a feeling of, oh no, here it comes again at the end?
I think you fight a little bit of that. You do. You always fight a little bit of that when you've been in that cycle. I was really happy that we really found a way to kind of bounce back from that and get a big defensive rebound when we needed to. And I thought our offensive execution, when there was big-time game pressure on us, that was a little reminiscent of some groups that I've had in the past. Certainly not there on like some of those other groups, but there were some signs of that. And I think for us, that's something we have to build on.
Mike, you seem to kind of lay this to rest, but I just want to clarify. A lot of Illini fans blowing up the internet right now. Demetrius, any intention of transferring?
I got to answer a question with a guy with an IU shirt on. Who the hell let this guy in? Get security and get his ass out of here.
Don't have breaking news. We're out of time.
I think Demetrius Jackson's very committed to being at Notre Dame. It's a matter of just getting back into a good academic rhythm that I've seen before, and we'll coach him back into that sometimes. As a parent and a teacher and a coach, some tough love is needed.
Good, so my Hoosiers don't have to worry about him in Illinois.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
How do you kind of balance, being a bit of a taskmaster like that, looking out for what's best for the guy, not just your best?
I mean, I've been doing it my whole life. I was trained as a teacher, and I think what's helped me that I was a high school teacher and coach, always handling young people and being an educator and thinking it through. And sometimes you say, that's it. We're taking basketball away until you're better. He'll be better. He'll learn from it. I'm fully confident in that.
And for a guy that's had such success across the board, is that kind of just wake-up call? All right, you got to take care of it.
Yeah, I think, young people sometimes just, we can't go on like this. Something's got to change. So, my feeling is he can get back into a pretty good rhythm pretty quick, because his fall semester, he did a heck of a job. And I was very proud of him, and he'll be fine. He'll get back. He'll find his rhythm.
Preparing for a road trip now, how do you sort of get them?
Well, I told our guys, I said, we got a chance to win 2 league games in a row. Haven't done that this year. We haven't done that yet this year. We get to prepare to win 2 league games in a row. That's a little step for us, a little goal for us. That's what we should talk about.
For a guy that only plays 5 minutes, is that just trying to get back in shape?
Yeah, I think he's still not quite all the way back. Also, Zach was so good, and we were playing Beecham as that second big guy tonight, and when we went small, we downshifted with him, and I think Burgett is still trying to find his physical rhythm. We got to bring him back because we need him, and maybe Boston College, he plays 20 minutes, and he's back in a rhythm. Still not there yet.
Zach, I think
he's coming, man. He's coming. Yeah, he's coming. I'm really happy with his progress, and he's getting confident. I think Eric and Pat have done a great job getting him confident. He and Sherman have a good relationship, talking about stuff, playing together. Sherman's been good with him too, because he's played a lot of basketball.
It was late in, I think, regulation. You ran down the sideline, told Steve, "Don't be afraid to do it." Was it
to drive again? He drove. He was curling and getting into the lane and making a play. Oh no, he drove against their 1-3-1. He just drove the gap, and I just want him to be aggressive and attack those gaps. Like, he is good with the ball. He's got good size. He gets fouled. He's going to make free throws. I don't want him being safe. I don't want him being safe. He had to start the year being safe. Kind of feel I just got to fit in off these guys. Attack it. The stuff we get with Pat off of curling stuff when he gets into the lane, Steve can do that too. And I've actually showed him some tape of Pat. Like, I want you going in there and attacking, and I think we got to keep nurturing that.
you say you don't want him to be safe, would he have taken those threes in double overtime earlier this year in such a big moment?
Probably not earlier in this year, but you know what I remember about this kid that kind of struck me? The first exhibition game, and you guys probably remember it. I put him in the game, and he bangs down a three 7 seconds into the game in front of the visitors' bench. He hadn't even sweat. He pulls up and rifles that thing in. Some guys just have it and believe, and he really does. The shots he took against, he's made big shots for us. You know, in the Carrier Dome the other night, he's weaving in there, 3-point plays off a 23-year-old, 6'9" long guy. So he's, you know, I'm excited about where he's at, and we need him to keep being aggressive. Thanks, guys. See you later.